You are watching and listening to Sipping Off the Cuff on Tequila Aficionado Media on all of our channels and networks. I'm Mike Morales here in Southern California. I hope that gentleman out there can hear me. What is your name, sir?
Jay Silverman, Phoenix, Arizona.
Jay is frozen. We're looking at his armpit. There he is. There he is. Hey, Jason. We do this live, folks. We are at the mercy of the internet, but this is cool, okay, because we are sipping off the cuff. And today we are going to taste and dissect Casazul Reposado. Okay, now you probably watched our Blanco review, and you know where this comes from. If you haven't seen it, that's okay. We're gonna tell you all about it, but we're gonna taste it first. Off camera, we did pour a little bit in. I poured some in my Riedel. It does have a suggestive servings, and one of these is in a fluted glass. Well, I have a bunch of Riedels, and so does Jay. So I went ahead and poured some in my Riedel, and the first thing that I noticed, Jason, is that the legs and tiers are thick, man. Wow, it's visually attractive. It's unusual to have something like this in a reposado.
It looks good in the Riedel.
Yeah, it does.
This one is opening up a little bit, but it's I'm not getting the same legs that you're getting. I am getting a few. The
wow. I know what I've noticed is that it's a really pale straw color. It doesn't tell us. We didn't get any information as far as how long they're being rested. I'm going to say 6 to 8 months because it's a fairly light color. Okay.
American white oak.
Yes. What I'm surprised at is the legs and tiers, how thick they are, because I don't usually see legs and tiers like this unless it's it's a heavily aged. Like an añejo, maybe an extra añejo, you'll see these legs and tiers. It's rare you see something this thick for me in a reposado, but that's not a bad thing because that's visually attractive. I like the color on this. I was telling Jay off camera, literally, that I was getting more of an orange blossom. It's much more enhanced now. I think the barrel is bringing that out that I kind of hinted at in the Blanco. I get it much more prevalent now in the nose.
Yeah, I get like almost like a sweet praline type of aroma where it's got that it's got a little bit of that sugary feel to the aroma. It's hard to describe, and it's there's some kind of tropical fruit down there as well.
Okay, I'll buy that. Well, let's taste some of this and see if we get the same reaction we did with the Blanco. Mm. 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 Wow, that retro nasal. Very similar to the Blanco on the retro nasal. I did get much more of the barrel sweetness this time, like you were saying. I don't know what you were getting. I want to say somewhere a real heavy mix of that orange or citrus, and almost of a burnt caramel. There's like a burnt. There's something smoked or burnt in there. Maybe it's the char I'm getting. I could be wrong. I can't place it.
I get the aroma of I can almost kind of smell like a more modern, like streamlined process, but you get a little bit of vanilla, the orange is definitely nice. I mean, it's very pleasant to drink. It's not bursting with agave like I would hope for in a lot of the reposados that I drink, but I'm it's a more modern tasting tequila in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not getting the explosion of pepper that we normally get. you know, with agave being more prevalent, more present in a tequila. It's at least for me on the Reposado, it's not as muted as the Blanco was. The Blanco was muted, the aroma was muted, the flavor profile was muted, but the finish was really interesting to me because I got just a hint of bitterness in the back end of my palate, and then down, and I got a medium. What I thought it was a medium to long finish. Jay didn't get that, but the barrel is helping this.
On the finish, like the Reposado finishes a bit longer than the Blanco. It's got a nice. I can get a little bit of that mint in there, and there's some characteristics that are pleasant, and you know, it's a good accessible tequila. It's not going to have too much. It's not going to be a strong flavor profile. It's definitely on the delicate side. It's nice.
Okay. So it's cocktail forward, food forward. Would you say that?
Yeah, I would pair it with like some seafood, almost like not you know, not a very heavy Reposado. It just reminds me of things on the lighter side, like, you know, like a nice citrus salad, like it's guacamole all day long. You know, it would be great with that.
Yeah.
You know, it's good. It has like a short finish for me, but it's definitely got a pleasant characteristic.
Yeah, I think, like I say, I'm not sure. I think this is what Mr. Warner was after. He was after something that was a little bit more approachable.
Yeah, and you know, I definitely get a refined product, and it's a nice, you know, easy to drink. You could probably drink quite a bit of it and not even notice the time flying by.
Yeah, no, okay, it's a dangerous tequila.
Yeah.
I will go out on a limb, and I'm gonna say I love their packaging. I'm gonna nominate it for packaging, brand of promise in the packaging category. It looks on the picture like it's a black
on the box. I like that.
Yeah, this is it's very tactile.
Yeah.
You know, there's something really nicely designer about it. I will say it's a designer tequila, but I like where they're headed. It's still it's elegant and clean as far as the design. I like it. I'd like to know more about it. I don't know what the 051 stands for. I wish I knew. But
for a newer tequila, you said it's like about 2 years old. I think, you know, they've been selling it at Costco. It seems like from what I research I did, that they mostly have been focused on Southern California, and over in Palm Springs and Orange County, the Costco's and a few of the other markets there they've been starting to promote it there. But so, you know, the brand has started small and is probably growing their following based in California. But it's a nice, it's definitely a nice approachable sipping tequila. And so, you know, they're definitely going to find their niche audience out there.
Oh yeah, I agree. I think they will. I know the story behind it. If you didn't watch our Blanco review, what happened was I had seen these folks at Monterey Bay at their show like 2 years ago, and they were very popular. Of course, that's a great show to showcase yourself in. If you're once we do shows again, because I know I missed them and I know Jason misses too. But anyway, it's a great show, and they had people lined up like 8 or 9 deep in front of their booth. So I had to go stand there and go, wow, what is this? You know, and the brand has suffered fits and starts, and then just at the end of 2020, we got some new investors reached out to us, and I said, well, hey, I've been chasing you guys for like 2 years. Send me some bottles. So they did. They were nice enough to get us the whole 9 yards. Of course, we're in the middle of a pandemic, and they had a problem getting stuff shipped to them. They were waiting until they actually had the extra añejo. So we have all 4 varietals we're going to go through. I would have to say that I enjoyed the Reposado much better as the progression of the line goes on. But stick with us, folks, because that's our take on Casazul Reposado. Do we know? Do you have a price point on this, Jay? I know you said you do
Yeah,
some.
Blanco starts at $29.99. I can only assume the Reposado is going to be in the $35 range, but I don't quote me on that. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be about $35, $36, $37. But let's find out. I'll find out for sure, but I think it's going to be in that 35 to 40 range.
Well, while you're looking, I'm going to sign this off. We'll be back with the Añejo review, but that's our take on Casazul Reposado. And now, if you're watching us on YouTube or if you're listening to us on the podcast, maybe you download Spotify or iTunes, you can get us there. But if you're watching us on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, hit the notification bell, so that way every time we upload a video with Jay in it, your phone goes bananas. And if you've been at that show, if you're watching us in Southern California or anywhere else where you've seen this tequila, and tell us what you think. Write it in the comments down below. And whatever you do, tomar sabiamente.
Sip wisely, friends.